God of Jacob, God of power, everlasting Father, great eagle in the war of the sons of light against the sons of darkness, you set a hedge about your children, and about your house, and about all that you have on every side. You have blessed the work of your hands, and your substance is increased in the land. The Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, yes, and slain your servants with the edge of the sword. Destroy, therefore, Lucifer and his locust forces, and crush the serpent with your mighty right hand. Blessed be the name of the Lord. The kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord, and he shall reign forever and ever. Cast the wicked into the grave, Lord, hide them in the dust together, and bind their faces in secret. The Lord's own right hand can save us. Behold now Behemoth, which the Lord made with thee, he eateth grass as an ox. Lo now, his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. He moveth his tail like a cedar, the sinews of his stones are wrapped together, but he is hewn down. The Lord gives a beast's heart unto him, and lets 7 times pass over him. Behold now Leviathan, shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thine hand upon him, remember the battle, do no more. The Lord rebuke thee, Satan. Get thee hence, Satan. Go back to the bottomless pit, in the smoke of the pit, in the heat of a great furnace, in the darkness of the abyss forever. All glory and honor to Yahweh, Allah, the Most High. You are the God of Jacob, and we praise your holy name. We are the tribes, we are the Yokuts and Mono peoples, and the Alaskan tribes, and the Hawaiian tribes, and the Cherokee, and the Iroquois, and the Navajo, and the Paiute, and the Ute people, and the Apache, and the Odoya, and the Sioux, and the Shoshone, and the Cheyenne, and the Colorado River Indian tribes, and the Ute Mountain Ute tribe, and the Iowa people, and the Arikara, and the Omaha people, and the Crow people, and the tribes of Bear River, and the Mattail, and the Lasik, Nogal, and the Patwin, and the Winton, and the Yana, and the Yahi, and the Uruk, and the Chumash, and the Aliklik, and the Kitanamuk, and the Sorano, and the Kahula, and the Kumeai, and the Maidu, and the Winton, and the Sinkyone, and the Wailaki, and the Kato, and the Yuki, and the Pomo, and the Wapo, and the Monash, and the Yokuts, and the Kostanone, and the Esalen, and the Salinan, and the Tubachulabal, and the Kerik, and the Kahulino, and the Mojave, and the Yokuts, and the Pawnee people, and the Quechan, and the Nez and the Shawnee tribe, and the Sauk people, and the Seneca Cayuga nation, and the Meskwaki, and the Juanano, and the Esalen, and the Kumeai, and the Little Shell tribe of Chippewa Indians of Montana, and the Mattol, and the Rappahannock people, and the Biloxi people, and the Chumash people, and the Yakima, and the Pima people, and the Osage nation, the Kickapoo, the Iowa, Oto, the Ponca, the Kaw, and the Houma people, and the Citizen Potawatomi nation, and the Wyandot nation, and the Fort Sill Apache, and the Modoc nation, and the Delaware nation, and the Cayuse, and the Hidatsa, and the Sac and Fox nation, and the Ho, Chunk, and the Great Sioux nation, and the Mandan, and the Yavapai Prescott tribe, and the Pasquayaki tribe, and the Miwok, and the Ponoc Band of Creek Indians, and the Wampanoag people, the people of the first light. Amen. This is April Schulthies, using the computer to generate this message. Why am I generating this message? There is a hidden euthanasia, a silent genocide, just to amuse or please immoral people. This is April Schulthies, and they tried to put me down. I'm a virgin. It's not really on purpose. I'm just not married, so they tried to put me down. You could be put down, too, and you may never even see it coming. This is April Schulthies. Native America is a covenant land, given by the Lord to his covenant people for a perpetual possession. The forgotten genocide of Native Americans on the American continent was not forgotten by God, was not forgotten by God. This is April Schulthies. I'm the victim of genocide. Immoral people, today, are still using genocide for gain and amusement. They tried to put me down, and called me a botched killer when I survived. My brother, Rendell Barry Schulthies, is dead. My brother, Todd Perry Schulthies, is dead. My niece, Celeste Schulthies Conway, is dead. All dead. They want me dead, too. You don't know it is coming. You don't know what to do. Genocide is very real. Never forget the victims of genocide, or it could be you next. Remember the genocide of Native Americans, and never forget the genocides of Jews, Africans, Irish, Celts, Japanese, Chinese, Aborigines, Vietnamese, Koreans, Hmong, Hawaiians, Eskimos, Mexicans, and more. Never, never forget. California has innocent Native American blood on its hands. This is April Schulthies. The state of California funded the genocide of Native Americans with millions of dollars, and stole their lands. Why were those lands never returned? In 2019, Governor Newsom talked about healing, but the stolen lands were not returned. California took these lands by genocide. It was mass murder, genocide, and yet California never gave these lands back to the Native Americans to whom they belong. This is April Schulthies. America has shed innocent blood of indigenous peoples. Countless Native Americans were slaughtered in the Sand Creek Massacre on November 29, 1864. A former Methodist minister, John Chivington, a volunteer in the U.S. military, laid in wait and led a surprise attack on peaceful Cheyennes and Arapahoes. These tribes were on their reservation at Sand Creek in southeastern Colorado, and flying the American flag. They were under the protection of the United States. That terrible winter morning, the Native American tribes raised a white flag of surrender, but the U.S. military, knowing the peaceful nature of the encamping tribes, ignored the American flag and the white flag. The slaughter was terrible, and Chivington was not punished, although he cavorted through streets with Indian body parts, including genitalia, taken from the peaceful Native Americans that he slaughtered. Yet the U.S. never returned the lands they stole from Native Americans during this and other massacres. We need to show we are for justice. Justice. Give these lands back to the tribes, all of them. This is the end of the 1,000 years tribulation. Psychic predators are using hypnosis and the science of the mind to control and manipulate you. The Bible calls them demons. This is April Schulthies, and I am not happy, and will not be happy, until every demon is removed from the earth. Lucifer and his minions must be cast into the lake of hellfire and brimstone that ascends forever and ever. I pray daily for the Lord to destroy the destroyers. This is April Schulthies. In the book, The Seventh Sense, The Secrets of Remote Viewing as Told by a Psychic Spy for the U.S. Military, by Lynn Buchanan, the author admits that the CIA was using controlled remote viewing, acronym CRV, on targets. CRV makes it possible for them to see and know what targets are doing from a distance, and even control a target's thoughts and actions. When caught, the CIA claimed it declassified and discontinued the program, but it really just changed the name from Center Lane to Sunstreak and continued operations in secret. The military is using the science of the mind against you. You are not free in America. This is Rome. You are not safe.